everybody, it's Dr. Joe, and today I'm going to show you how to crack your back by yourself, or as we call it, manipulate your back. Let's get started. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. So this is an extra special disclaimer. Do not crack or manipulate your own back if you don't know what's wrong with it. It's really important that you talk to your doctor or your physical therapist to know that it's okay, because there's certain diagnoses where you should not crack or manipulate your back. So make sure you have a diagnosis, you know what's going on. I actually recommend having your doctor or physical therapist do it first and make sure that you feel okay after it's done, because manipulations can really hurt your back if you're not doing it correctly, and if you're doing it when you have something where you shouldn't be doing it, like a spondylolisthesis or a pars defect where there's actually a fracture in there. You're just going to make it worse. So make sure it's okay to do. Make sure you've cleared it by your doctor or physical therapist. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Okay, are you sure you got it? We got the disclaimer out of the way. To start off with, we're going to go from less cracks to a stronger crack, if that's the way it works. Manipulation is when you're actually realigning that spine. You can get an audible pop, but you don't have to. You can feel the pop, but you don't have to. If you don't feel it, it doesn't mean that it's not realigning it. So to start off with, you can use a chair with a medium to low back. I like to take a towel to kind of give you some cushion there. If your chair already has cushion, that's fine, but if it's something hard like this, make sure you give yourself a little bit of cushion, because depending on where you're putting your back on there, it might be slightly uncomfortable. So I like to give myself a little bit of cushion back there. Start off kind of in the mid back, depending on where you're having that pain or where you need to actually realign the back, and your doctor or physical therapist will tell you that. You can start off just by leaning back a little bit. If you put your hands on your head to support your neck, then you're not irritating your neck, because there's no point in making your back feel better if then you make your neck hurt. So make sure you're supporting it and you're being pretty relaxed. The best part of the manipulation is making sure that your muscles are relaxed, because if you're trying to manipulate it and your muscles are tight, you're actually just going to make it more sore. So really try and relax the back, and then just go over the chair like this and give it a little extra push back. Again, you might not feel a pop. That might not quite be the spot. You can adjust yourself a little bit and then go back again. So this is really for the mid back, trying to adjust it here. And then if you want to get really close up, and then go that way, and then just do a little push. Sometimes it also helps to take a deep breath in, and then as you're letting it out, go back into the chair. So deep breath in, and then go back that way. After that, you can then just use your hands. When you're doing the manipulation of the back, like clasp your hands back here. What I like to say is it's almost like a reverse Heimlich maneuver, because you're doing the thrust up at an angle. So it's not straight in, it's kind of up at an angle where how your spine is lined up. So take it back there, find the spot. You can just kind of grab like that, relax your back, and then push up and in to the spot. And then you can move it and then up and in. If you want to go a little bit lower, up and in. So again, making sure that it's not painful. It should never be painful. If it's painful, stop immediately. That's why it's important to have your physical therapist or doctor do it, because then you know it's not painful when it's done correctly. The next set of ones are going to be down on the ground using a foam roller, which is a little more intense. So I would try these first, and if those feel okay, then you can use the foam roller. So when you use a foam roller, get down on the ground, because you want the surface to be a hard surface. So not on your bed, you actually need to be on the ground for this one. Make sure your knees are bent. Don't put them straight out, because then that puts an extra curve in your back. So bend your knees, take the roll, and just place it kind of in the area where when you lie down on it, it's going to get that spot on your back. And for this, again, it's a pretty intense feeling, so you want to try some other stuff first to make sure that it feels okay. So come down, just start off, find the spot where it is. Again, hold on to your head to support your neck, and then just relax back into that spot. Now, you might feel a pop there. Some people like to roll on it a little bit. I think that's a little bit intense, but you're probably going to get some audible pops with that. So again, if you can relax your muscles, that's the best way to do it. And then you can just roll on that spot a little bit. But my favorite way of doing it, because the way our spine lines up and where those processes go out on the spine, sometimes you're rotated a little bit. That's how you're out of alignment. So then it's almost like instead of it being like this with those processes, it's a little bit at an angle like that. So I like to put the roll at a little bit of an angle, because then what that does is the top one and the bottom one, it rolls it and then it pushes it back into place. So I like to put it at a little bit of an angle and then still do the same thing. And again, you can just relax back or then roll. And I actually got 3 or 4 pops with that one. And then you could switch it that way as well and go. So I feel like this actually gets it a little bit better into alignment, especially if you have a rotation out of alignment versus just it needs some adjusting. So I like the angles a little bit better. And again, make sure you talk to your physical therapist about which way you're supposed to do it. The last one is using your legs to get an extra pressure over to get that manipulation. A lot of people like to do it different ways, but my favorite way of doing it is lying completely down. The top part of your body needs to stay flat on the ground. Then one leg goes down, and then the other one, staying bent, comes up and over. And so keeping the top part straight, you can take the opposite arm and kind of put it out to make sure that shoulder stays down. And then some people like to take their hand on the top of the leg and do a little manipulation like that. But what I like to do to get that little bit of rotation as well is actually grab on my bottom area, so then I can push down and rotate at the same time. So I'm taking a deep breath in, coming down, and then push and rotate at the same time. And a lot of times you'll get that audible pop or feeling it, but if you don't, that's okay. That doesn't mean that you're not getting that adjustment. Some people also like to hook their foot in the back of their knee. That's fine too, or just placing it on top. If you hook it, then it'll stay on there a little bit better, so you can do that as well. But again, grabbing kind of on your butt area so you can push down and pull at the same time. So push and pull. And if you want to then go the opposite direction, so hook, keep that arm out, grab here, deep breath in, out, push and pull. And you might have been able to hear that one. So there you have it. Felt good, no pain. If it's painful, don't do it. Make sure your physical therapist or doctor has done it first. It feels okay, feels better after you do it. It shouldn't then tighten up the back or feel really bad. It should feel good, loose, and you should actually feel an alignment after that. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. If you'd like to check out some other videos, go to AskDoctorJo.com. And remember, be safe. Make sure that doctor or physical therapist says it's okay. Have fun, get back in alignment, and I hope you feel better soon.